Hello and welcome. In today's class, we'll see how we can write a Java program to check if a given matrix is a scalar matrix. This is again a guess question that might appear in the upcoming ISC computer science exams. So what is a scalar matrix? A scalar matrix is a square matrix in which all the elements in the left diagonal, which we also call the principal diagonal, are same, are identical, and rest of the elements are zeros. Let's try to understand this with an example. So here you can see I have a 3 by 3 matrix. It's a square matrix, and if you look at the left diagonal, each and every element is identical in the left diagonal, and rest of the blocks are filled with zeros. So that's an example of a scalar matrix. So we have to write a Java program to input the size of the square matrix from the user, allow the user to fill this matrix with integers, and then display whether this matrix is a scalar matrix or not. So that's the question. Let's start writing our program. So here you can see I have created a file scalarmatrix.java. Let's start with the import statement. Import java.util.scanner, then class scalar matrix. We create our main method. Inside main, we create the scanner object. And now we ask for the size of the matrix. So we give a message to the user, square matrix size. So I'm taking it as a variable size. So size equals integer.parseInt in.next line. Once we know the size, we can create our matrix. So I can write int mat equals new int, and we will use size as our dimension. Now we have to allow the user to fill this matrix with numbers. So system.out.println, enter. Now I can write size into size elements, because there will be size into size elements if it's a size by size matrix. So that's the message, and now we can run a nested loop to input our elements. So another loop, we are inputting it row wise. So mat ij equals integer.parseInt in.next line. So our input is done. Now we can create a variable int d and store the first value of the left diagonal element. So I can write mat 0, 0. So we are storing the first element here of the left diagonal from top left corner. And we also take a Boolean variable, Boolean status, and we set it to true. We initialize it as true, assuming that our given matrix is a scalar matrix. But our assumption can be wrong also, and that's why we need to verify it. So now to verify, I can run another loop now. I0, I less than size, I++. and a nested loop also. So J++. Now here I will write if I is equal to J. Now if I is equal to J, that indicates that the element or the block that we are currently in is part of the left diagonal. So if I is equal to J, that means we are in the left diagonal. And if the value of D is not the same as the value in the left diagonal, so mat ij. Remember, we took this variable D. D is storing the first element of the left diagonal, and it should be equal to the rest of the elements in that same left diagonal. So anywhere if I find that they are not the same, the rest of the elements are not the same as the first element in the left diagonal, that means this indicates that our matrix is not a scalar matrix. So in that case, I will change the status to false, and we will break, and we want to break from the outer loop. So let's use a label outer and give a label to this loop, outer loop, as outer. So because we have given a label here, so Java will understand that this break is going to terminate the outer loop, because there is no use moving ahead or moving further when it is already understood that our matrix is not a scalar matrix. Also, we have to check the remaining elements. The remaining elements should be 0. So I can write else if, suppose I is not equal to J, and if I is not equal to J, that means we are not in the left diagonal. So in that case, if I see anywhere that the value is not equal to 0, this also indicates the same thing, that our matrix is not a scalar matrix. So here also we will write the same piece of code, breakout. So that's all, and now we can display the original matrix first of all. So system.out, we can give a heading message, original matrix, and then we can run a nested loop. And here we can print horizontally with a \t. And once a row is complete, we want to go to the next line. So we give an empty println after the inner loop completes. And after printing the original matrix, we check the status, the Boolean variable that we took. So if status means if status is true, then I can print it is a scalar matrix, else it is not a scalar matrix. So now our program is complete. Let's check the output. So let's execute our program. It is asking for the size, so let's give the size as 3, and it is now telling us to enter 9 elements. So if I enter 5, then 0, then 0, then 0, 5, 0, and then 0, 0, 5, Now surprisingly, it is showing it is not a scalar matrix because we have done one error over here. We wrote I, it should be ij. This is where we made a mistake. Let's save our program and try again. So 3, let's enter 500,050 and 005. Now you can see we are getting the right message. It is a scalar matrix. Also, if we don't enter a scalar matrix, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is not a scalar matrix. So I hope you have understood how to write a Java program to check for scalar matrix. Thank you for watching. If you still have any questions, you can get in touch with me through comments. See you soon in the next class.